Are you in a place where it seems as if your value has hit a ceiling or your creativity is not what it used to be? I want to tell you, don't believe it. It is a trap. And I'm going to show you how to get out of it today here on TC Talks, Episode 8. You are worth it. Let's go.
We got the passion, we got the drive. Regular people living real lives. And this is TC Talks. This is TC Talks. This is TC Talks. And this is TC.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's TC back with another episode of TC Talks. Episode 8. Man, I'm glad to be with you today. What a terrific Tuesday it is. Listen, thank you for coming in and hanging out with me for another wonderful conversation. If you're returning, I appreciate you. If this is your first time, I definitely appreciate you. Either way, if you have not subscribed to the channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And every time we go live here on the channel, you'll be the first one to be notified when fresh content drops on the channel. Again, I appreciate you so very much. Man, we in for a good one today. Episode 8, you are worth it. That bears repeating even before we get further in the conversation. You are worth it. Maybe nobody has told you today, this week, this month, or even this year. So let me tell you again, you are worth it. You absolutely are. Because there is a trap out there that I personally have been in myself. And to be quite honest with you, I haven't been too long gotten out of the trap. That's why I want to share it with you, because if you're in it or if you see it coming, I want to help you avoid it or to get out as fast as absolutely possible. You know why? Why, TC? Because your life, your destiny, and your purpose depends on you not being in this trap or avoiding it altogether. What trap is that, TC? It's called the familiarity trap. You heard it here. The familiarity trap. What is that? You know, we talked about having a circle. We had a few episodes ago, we talked about your circle, the people that are around you. Man, you got to be very careful, because the people that are around you, you are probably a great benefit to them. And guess what? If you are not careful, because of the awesome benefit that you provide to them, they can create a trap for you called familiarity. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're taking you for granted, but because you've been performing at such a high level for so long, and you've been executing with excellence, and you've been delivering, and you are that go-getter, they get used to that level of performance and results that you produce. And because they get it all the time, they become familiar. It's like this. Let me use this particular analogy, man. My grandmama and my mama could throw down in the kitchen. Could throw down. When I tell you throw down in the kitchen, my mama, by the way, man, God rest her soul, could just take generic ingredients and make a masterpiece. I'm talking about like on the level of Bobby Flay and Wolfgang Puck. Man, she should have written her own cookbook, man. I'm telling you, my mama, I still remember the chicken she cooked years ago. What? Yes, sir. Well, my mama could throw down. But let me tell you something. My mama loved to cook. But let me tell you what she loved to do even more. Watch people eat her cooking. Well, TC, what does it got to do with what you're talking about? Because she cooked so well, in the house, we got used to that excellent cooking. And so we didn't really congratulate or thank her or say, Mama, this was awesome. Now, we would do it from time to time. But watch this. The people that she didn't cook for that often or didn't get her food every day came through with great adoration and appreciation and gave her accolades out of this world. Because she cooked for us all the time and we got it all the time, there are sometimes we didn't eat it because we got it all the time. So that's what I mean by people becoming familiar with you, because you have been doing it so well for so long around those group of people, they become your cap, they become your ceiling. And watch this, even though you're doing something extraordinarily well, the people around you begin to not perceive that significant value that you have. It doesn't mean that they're your enemy. It's that they become used to you. Watch this. They become used to who you were, not who you are becoming. Whew. And so they hold you in the prison cell of how they met you, not realizing that the key of the future you is coming or is already here. They just don't see it. But don't you do, that's called the familiarity trap. Don't you lose your value. I'm going to help you with it through this conversation. Can we talk? Can we converse? Can we have a good time on this terrific Tuesday? Let's call it a turnaround Tuesday. Saying, TC, I'm making up in my mind right now, I'm going to come up out of this trap. Listen, coming out of the trap don't mean that you become a butthole, don't mean that you become asinine, doesn't mean that you become disgruntled, you don't have to become angry, you don't have to create enemies. Nope. You can come out of this trap with grace and still have dignity and character and integrity, and people will still love to interact with you and to be around you. So yeah, we're going to talk about it today. You know, I got to go to my trusted dusty notes. Here we go. Yeah, even though we're having a conversation, you know, because my time is short with you, so I want to make sure I have the best use of my time. And you have the best use of your time. Yeah, I appreciate you. Look, here it is. When people can only view you through the lens of history, they are often misjudge your potential. When people can only view you through the lens of history, how they met you and what you were, they often misjudge your potential. Let me say it like this. Don't let someone limit your, or let me say this right. I told you it's unedited. Don't let someone's limited view diminish your God-given value. Don't let someone's limited view diminish your God-given value. I'm here to tell you right off the cuff, you were made in the image of God. Genesis 1:26, check it out. Genesis 2 verse 7, check it out. You were made in the image of God. You got to get that in your mind, man. You got to get that down in the core of your being. You got to get it in you so much, man, that your cells and your neurons begin to vibrate with this particular truth so it can become your reality. You are created in the image of God. The image of God that I know of very quick is nothing missing, nothing lacking, nothing broken. He made you with every gift and every ounce of creativity required for you to be extraordinarily successful. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Because look, check this note out. I wrote this down too. People who are familiar with you cause you to underestimate your value. God, that is so true. That is so true. I told you, I just came out of this trap not too long ago myself. Because watch this, I was waiting for the people closest to me to validate me. Oh, man. Have you ever done that? Or maybe somebody's doing that right now. You're waiting for those like, you know, who you grew up with or really knew you or just been with you a long time. You was waiting for them to say the right thing, to do the right thing, or to become the wind in your sails to push you to where you need to be. But they just, oh, that's nice. That's good. Oh, that's wonderful. But yet, they didn't push you anywhere, challenge you to get better or anything, because they only saw who you were and viewing through the lens of history. Yeah, viewing you through the lens of history. And because of that, and you've been around it so long, you begin to think like that what you're doing, it's not really that good, or It's not worth me continuing to do this. Or nobody's hearing me. This is not changing anybody's life. I'm not a solution to anybody's problem. So I'll just be mediocre. I'll be mundane. I'll just be average because the people around you, watch this, are not giving you the feedback or the justification or the accolades or the affirmation to really get you to tap into the value of who you really are. And I'll say it again, this episode, you are worth it. But sometimes the people around you will make you think that you're not. And it doesn't make them bad people. They just don't see what you become or what you're becoming. That's all. That's all. But here's three ways. Three ways that we're going to overcome this. If I overcame it, you can overcome it. Again, it's a lesson learned, man. Like, it's a lesson learned. I said it before and I'll say it again. It bears repeating. If you learn to swim in the rivers of your failure, you will be able to sail on the seas of your success. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. So don't get upset. It's like, man, how in the world could I have just been so crazy to have just been kept in this place for so long? Let me tell you something. God never wastes an experience, so neither should you. You don't waste an experience. Just learn from it. It probably helped to build your character and to give you a depth of integrity to be able to handle the next in your life. So don't look at don't get upset with the people. Don't matter of fact, don't even throw the people away. Don't because you're no better than the people. I'm no better than the people that I'm talking about. But you just got to understand and know that your focus has to be keen. It has to be sharp because you got to understand, like, man, I'm put on this earth for a particular purpose. And when I know what that purpose is, I got to stay focused, man. I got to move forward. I got to follow one course until successful. So it doesn't mean that I'm saying that I'm better than those who haven't seen the becoming me or the me that has changed or the me that has significant value. Because I recently discovered, when I say recently, within the last several months or to a year, that outside of pastoring, that I had another message for the marketplace, for the business, for the business world, for the leader, for the corporate leader that might not necessarily come to church. But watch this. Most people know me as Bishop T.C. Daniels. And that because I'm a benefit to them as Bishop TC, they don't care about the CEO TC. They don't care about the leadership development TC. They don't care about the business development TC because I'm a benefit to them as Bishop TC. And some of them, they met me like that 5 years ago. So that's the only thing that I would ever be to some of them is Bishop TC. But if I allow that person to keep me as Bishop TC, then the leadership world and the business world who needs the TC, who needs the solution that God has given me for their context, it will die and I will be limited and I will think that my value is not really worth what I know that God made it to be in my life. Does that make sense? So maybe somebody met you in a particular context, in a particular role, and they're going to hold you there because that's the part of you that's a benefit to them. And that's the part that they're familiar with. And so they're not interested in seeing the full potential of who you are. Woo. But 3 ways to overcome it. 3 ways to overcome it, y'all. Is this good? We having a good conversation? Again, this is TC Talks. And just a quick reminder, man, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell because we're going to talk like this a lot. We're going to talk like this a lot. I know without a shadow of a doubt that this is helping somebody. You know why? Because it's helping me. And it has helped me. Because we're just what? Regular people living real lives. Like the song says, yeah. I know I might be a little off on that note. But listen, don't drop it on social media. I don't want to go viral for the wrong reasons. All right, here we go, y'all. 3 ways to overcome the familiarity trap. Number 1, are you ready for this? Redefine yourself by revelation, not recognition. Because if you never get the recognition, doesn't mean that you have not become what you were designed to be. No, it doesn't. That's why you got to redefine yourself by revelation. Remember earlier, I said that you were made in God's image. You got to get that revelation that I am made in the image of God. If nobody ever says it to you that you're made in the image of God, it's in the Bible. Genesis 1:26. God made man and woman in his image after his likeness. There it is, proof. So if nobody ever knocks on your door, if nobody ever sends you a text, if nobody ever sends you an email, if nobody ever puts a post up about you, if nobody ever gives you a phone call, you got to know deep down in the core of your soul, I am made in the image of God. I got that revelation, so I don't require the recognition. Yeah, yeah. Remember this. This is a good note, yo. I wrote this down. This is a good note. I gotta tell you this. Hey guys, I know you're enjoying our conversation, but if you are enjoying this subject matter we are talking about right now, I want to give you a special invitation to our Ascension Circle webinar on July the 22nd at 7 o'clock. I want you to be in the space with thought leaders, thought-provoking conversation that will take you from just inception to implementation. And it's going to be great, y'all. $29.99 is all it is. It's a special webinar that I want to invite you to. Listen, go to the link now, secure your spot. Space is limited. Now let's get back to this exciting conversation. Remember, you are God's image, not people's interpretation. Whoo, boy. Yeah, I said it. You are God's image, not people's interpretation. You know why that's so important? Because they might be viewing you through the lens of their limitations, and now they're trying to superimpose their limitations upon you. I am God's image. I'm not your interpretation. Yeah. That's the first thing that overcome this trap, man. You got to redefine yourself by revelation and not people's recognition. Now, recognition is nice, but it's not necessary. Number two, y'all, here it is. Distance doesn't mean dishonor. And this is what people, in my opinion, I think have a real tough time doing, is distancing themselves from the people that they are familiar with and people who are familiar with them. Because the truth be told, guys and gals, nobody likes to be alone. And so for the sake of company, that we won't go to the level that we know we can go to just to keep people with us. But right now, you got to find the wherewithal, the courage, the tenacity, and the faith. You got to distance yourself from the familiarity of people that's closest to you, so you can escape this trap and reach the full potential of who the good Lord designed you to be. Yeah. Because I believe I can, even talking on this camera, man, I think I can sense a level of frustration with people. It's not because you haven't done it. It's not because you cannot do it. It's because people just hadn't recognized it and said it to you. Listen, watch this. I'm on TC Talks, and my wife is calling me right now. Let me show you how real this is. Watch this. I didn't catch the phone, but I'm gonna call, honey. I'm gonna call you right back. Let me get this right here. I told you it's real. It's unedited, y'all. Yeah. So I'm gonna call my baby back. Yeah. But here it is. Check this out. Move forward without resentment. That's why I said don't get mad at them. Don't create enemies. You should have don't do that, because they're only giving you what's in them to give. And you got to understand that. And this is what I learned. Maybe I was that person being familiar with somebody else, holding them from their true potential and who they were. They may need to have distanced themselves from me. Maybe you've been the person that needs to be distanced from. So that's why I say don't get mad at the people, because maybe we've been that person a time or two in somebody else's life. We're no better than anybody else. We put our pants on one leg at a time. You only wear one sock on one foot at a time. Well, at least I hope you do. That's why you got to move forward without resentment. Because sometimes separation is necessary for elevation. It is. Sometimes separation is necessary for elevation. The best thing that ever, one of the best things, I had a lot of good things, but one of the best things that ever happened to me is when I got taken out of my environment that was familiar to me and people were familiar to me. Because if I was never taken out of that environment, I would have never got into a successful career as an information technology professor. I probably would have never been a pastor. And I don't even know if I'd have met my wife, because when I got removed out of that context, that greatest gift came into my life and we met. And I realized that we didn't just meet to be husband and wife, but we met because my wife is so doggone smart. God, that lady's smart. She fine too. Fine and smart. And I realized that I was put in her life not just to be a husband and provider and security, but I was put in her life to push her to the full potential of the woman I knew the Lord created her to be. And guess what? I'm a better man when she's around because she pushes me. That we don't lock each other in to the year we met when I was 22 and she was 26 or something like that. We're 4 years apart, but we don't lock each other in. I know it sounds cute. It's a fairy tale, a good poem. Remember me like you met me, and then hold on to me like the ever-ending sea. I know that sounds good, but let me tell you something. That's why it's good to have a life partner, because they can celebrate you as you grow in stages. That's why, listen, environment, it enhances execution. I told you in my old environment, I was a blue collar worker. The only thing I saw that I was able to do was to drive a forklift. But when I was removed out of that environment and I was plopped into a corporate environment, watch this, y'all. My first corporate job, I did not own a pair of khakis. I didn't own a collared shirt because I came from steel toe boots and construction work. I had to go out and buy a whole new wardrobe when I was dropped into that corporate environment. And when I was dropped in that environment, I was exposed to something different. I was hearing the language. I was seeing how they moved. I was seeing how they communicated. It was completely different. And it helped me. It enhanced me. Watch this. It allowed me to evolve into who I already was created to be when I was shifted out of the environment. Watch this. Also away from the people who only knew me as that, but I knew God had this. Okay. Last one, y'all, because our time is almost out. But I hope this is helping you. This is great. Number 3, to get out of the familiarity trap and to know that you are worth everything that the good Lord has invested in you is this: focus on the assignment, not the applause. Because if your focus is on the applause, when this is no longer available, are you still committed to your purpose? Because this not only can celebrate you, but this also can control you. If it stops, you go down. If it starts, you come up. And when the crowd understands that this, watch this, changes your level of performance, they will give it to you when they want to. Focus on the assignment, not the applause. Listen, you owe it to yourself because you are worth it to get better, to get your reps up, to engage into a level of creativity that you've never engaged in before, to get out of your comfort zone. Woo! Because there is a greater level of enhancement to your abilities. Woo! Good gracious, man. I'm telling you, it's so far out of this world. But you have to have the guts, man. You got to starve your doubts to death and feed your fear. Feed your faith, not your fear, and feed your faith on the buffet of your imagination and creativity. Yeah. Starve your doubts and feed your faith on the buffet of creativity and imagination. And I'm telling you, ooh-wee, the world better get ready. Because if you are drawing close to what I'm saying, if you picking up what I'm putting down, like some people say, if you ride in the car with me and you got the seatbelt on and you listen to the tunes that we talking about, ooh boy, it's gonna be a beautiful day in the neighborhood. All right, y'all, I'm about out of here. Here it is. Check this out. Stay committed to your purpose, even when those closest to you can't see it. Stay committed, even when they cannot see it. You know why? Because you are worth it. But there you go, my friends. The 3 ways to overcome the familiarity trap or avoid it altogether. You can get out, because I did. All right, my friends. This is Bishop TC. TC Talks. Episode 8. Terrific Tuesday. I can't wait to have another conversation with you again. But before we talk, once more, let me remind you of this. Remember, live a life so that others can say, now that right there, me and you, now that is hope in motion. Until the next time we talk, my friends, have a great one.